I actually can't see. Was that aesthetic? Because that's probably as much as they go. Good morning. I spent so long on Princess Polly and I didn't buy anything, which makes me really, really proud, but also they're still in my cart, so I could still buy them. Yeah, I bought them. I look disgusting right now, so I'm gonna get onto it. Hi. Because I was so bored and already had an assignment to do, I thought, why not film a video? I am not an aesthetic person at all. Neither am I funny. So what I'm gonna try be today is aesthetic. Funny is a bit unreachable. First I'm gonna start off by doing my makeup. I don't know how to do aesthetic makeup. I suck at makeup. My Instagram's like just terrible. I don't put any like type of filter on anything. And it's just like whatever pictures I have, which is like hardly any. So I'm gonna try take photos today. Okay, so this day was just one really big mess. Like I messed up my makeup, I messed up other things later in the video, so here's just a time lapse of the first failure. Alright, hello. As you can see, I messed up. I tried though. I'm gonna actually try and be more aesthetic now, but first I have to do the dishes. What I think is going to make me a little bit more aesthetic is by doing my nails. I don't know why or how it's going to make me more aesthetic, but I'm just going to do it anyway. After that, I'm going to make some intro cards slash outro cards and also like a color thingy. I don't know, and try and be aesthetic. I am so sorry you just witnessed me do that. I've done my nails, but I'm going to try drawing them. As I was turning the camera on, I wrecked this nail. She's fine, so they're my nails. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to draw some things using cotton buds. I'm gonna try and make a flower. So I'm gonna drop that on there. I have a small dot and I'm gonna put it on my ring finger because I like my ring finger. How do I do this? With dot done. Oh, it kind of looks like a paw print. I'm gonna make it into a paw print because that's cuter. It's so cute.
Baby, can you do this to me?
Wait.
Boom.
Don't. I'm very focused. Ah! I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
I want you to do it to my hair.
I can do it.
That looks good, hey.
Okay. My dad just asked me to shave his head in a certain way. Just look at it. It's two paw prints. Am I aesthetic? No. But are my nails aesthetic? Not to toot my own horn, but freaking look how cute they are. Oh, Jesus. I've just wrecked it. So I spent an hour trying to figure out how to make like aesthetic cards, like switch cards, but then it just looked terrible, so I ditched the idea. I think I've just found my aesthetic, and that is the Powerpuff Girls. It's not original because I just found someone that did it, but like I like it, so I'm gonna do it. It probably will hurt your eyes, but do I care? That's all I have for today because I'm gonna start doing my uni assignment and then I'm gonna be more aesthetic tomorrow. Hi. So I basically just said before that I was gonna do like be aesthetic tomorrow, but I changed my mind because there's really pretty lighting right now and I'm gonna try and be aesthetic, but I'm also getting a headache, so I'm gonna take this hair out. Oh my god, I just wrecked my nails from scratching my head. Oh my god, I'm at the end of the eyebrow stick. Do you know how long I've had this? Since 2015. It's yonks. Okay, so now to the story. I just have to point out that I'm extremely bad at multitasking, so talking and doing my makeup is really like hard. But I guess I'm gonna do it anyway, and if my makeup just looks horrendous, that's gonna be what I'm gonna blame it on. So I'm gonna cut this baby short because I ramble on a lot, but basically I had one class that was a design class last year, and then we had group projects for it, so once you were stuck in a group, you stayed in that group for all 3 projects. And the first project was we created this tile thing to help old people find their belongings. Wow, I look like a cake already. So that was the first project, and then the second project is one where we have to design trusses, but the 2 girls tell us that they failed the prerequisite course, which was like, But then they had the audacity to ask if we could just do it because they didn't know how. Honey, You're doing engineering, for God's sakes.
Just to add in, this was a really important prerequisite course because it was like the main physics of what we actually had to do.
And I was kind of like, is she okay? Like, are they okay? In the end, we just had to submit like a half-assed thing because these girls like just did not contribute at all. After that, we had the third project, which was one that carries on from this project. Can you see where I'm going at? Like, this is just like a nightmare to work with.
These girls did not even put any effort into trying to learn how to do it. Like, the tutor would come over and he would ask if they were okay, and they would just shrug him off. Like, he was trying to tell them that this was going to be in the exam, and they didn't even do anything about it. They didn't even like accept his help.
When we came to actually making it, like, we had to change the dimensions and stuff, obviously, because like it was an actual thing now. Since these girls like didn't know how, what they would do is they would either count the sticks, like, because we were making them out of popsicle sticks, so they would count them, or like one of the girls would sit on her laptop the whole time that we were meeting up. And I don't know what she was doing, but I didn't want to try and micromanage anyone at all, because like, even though I'm pretty like bossy, I don't like the feeling of being bossed, so I just try not to do it. But these girls were just like not having any bit of it. I was just like, I asked, oh, can she start the report, seeing as she was on her laptop, and then she said yeah, she'd do it. And then every time since that, she brought her laptop out, and I just assumed that she was doing the report. I don't know what she was doing, but when it came to like the day beforehand and we asked for the report and stuff, she just didn't have anything to give us. So like, what the heck was she doing? This doesn't look good. And earlier on, sorry, this is so like everywhere, this story, and I apologize for it. I don't usually tell stories. Where was I? I don't know where I was at. Oh yes, okay, where am I at? In the early process of it, we each had to make a kind of attempt at designing a truss, and both of these girls used, I kid you not, a truss generator. They did that so that they didn't have to do any measurements or any math. Even so, when they were using the generators, we had to like keep annoying them, like poking the bear. Well, not the bear, more like poking like a plush toy, to see if they would give us like a half decent attempt at one of their like models. It was the day of the hand-in that they did that. They just wouldn't do anything productive for us. And this other guy, I have nothing against him. He just he didn't prove that useful either. Jade and I were like drawing up the final trusses and stuff, and he was literally just drawing it to scale. Like, honey, what is that gonna do for us? So Jade and I literally cut, glued, and like screwed. We screwed them? Yeah, screwed the thing. Where was I going with that? Okay, now we're skipping ahead to the day beforehand, where I'm trying to sort out the actual report because she didn't give me anything. And I stay up the whole night trying to write this. Like, literally, it was so short. It was such a bad report because we had nothing. And then when we were trying to get them to give us their like truss designs, they either didn't have one, and I was like, excuse me, you had generated ones, or like they said they weren't ready, or they didn't have calculations. And I was like, you didn't even do calculations. After I stay up the whole night, like on the final report, you need everybody in the group to sign. And I mean, come on, like, you need this for your own marks. How hard can that be? And turns out that they couldn't do that either. I wasn't going to submit something late just because they couldn't sign it. If you hadn't done any work and can't even sign it, like, what does that say about you? I submitted like 10 minutes before it's due. The girls, literally 2 minutes before it's due, respond and say, I can sign it now. And I'm like, please don't resubmit anything at this point because you're going to make it a late submission. And I guess that they just explained that to the tutor. And the next day we have to do our like peer submission, which is basically just like us rating our peers on how they contributed to the project, which was so shit from them. So Jaden and I approached the tutor about it because obviously like that contribution from them was just like fuck all. I probably sound like someone you don't want to be friends with, but I'm not having someone like get credit for something that they didn't even like try and do like at all. We went to the tutor and we asked what they think is appropriate to submit for our group because like they did nothing, and then he said you do whatever you think is reasonable. And for this project it was literally a 0 for those two girls. So Jaden and I agreed to give them a 0 because they just didn't do anything useful. Everything was fine and buddy up until those peer marks come out, because basically the lowest person gets 25% off the total mark that the rest of the group gets. But I guess that since 2 of these girls got 0s, like it would have been a significant drop instead. And then they realized what we did, and then they went to the head of the department to try and get a better mark. Our course coordinator emailed us to come in and like dispute this. And basically I was working at the time, because this was literally like, this was after exams had finished. So I told them that I couldn't go in, but Jaden went in. We had all the messages about us asking for their trust submission and us asking for like whatever else we needed, and the report, and like how they didn't do the report. So we had all of those messages and we showed her that, and they tried to argue that they did something, but we had all the proof that they didn't really do anything. So then Fibelin, which is our course coordinator, didn't give them anything else. So I'm pretty sure that they failed that, but that's not my fault, that's theirs. And it's not that I want them to fail, but it's more like I wanted them to get the credit that they deserve. And yeah, I'm still not done with my makeup, but I can see that my camera's gonna die any time soon. Basically I was too slow to do my makeup before the sun set, so I took photos like when I wasn't really done, and I'll insert them here with my really cool aesthetic background. That was my attempt to be aesthetic. But I need to do an assignment now, I say every time. I guess that was all. I didn't really do much to my hair. It came out of the buns and it was kind of like messy. Like, okay, it's like, grandma. Am I aesthetic now? No. Am I funny yet? No. So, I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, do what you want. Here's my cool outro. Bye.